Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Gine and it's Gine's Signatures. So today I'll be making this bomber jacket. I made use of a plain fabric for the inside, and then for the outside I made use of an Ankara print. So this also has a joggers, but I'm not going to be making a tutorial on how I made the joggers because I already have a detailed tutorial on how to make a female joggers. It's quite easy and well detailed, so do well to check it out. So this is how the uh, outside looks like, that is the main fabric, and then I'll be showing you the reverse side. So this is how the reverse side looks like, so you can see. So I made use of a lining, like a plain fabric. I just wanted you to see how neat it looks, both from the inside and then at the outside as well. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end. You know, we are entering this season of cold weather, harmattan or winter, wherever you are. So this will be a very perfect tutorial for you to watch. So sit back, relax, and let's go ahead. So yes, I already have my fabric folded on the table. I'll be making use of this elastic for the hands, the lower part of the jacket, and then the neckline area respectively. So I was just trying to explain how that is. When you open it up, it's 5 inches, and when it's unfolded, it's 2.5 inches. So when you want to take the length of the jacket, you need to put the length of the elastic into consideration. So that's what I was just trying to explain there. So if the length of your joggers is 24, and then you have this already, the elastic has 2.5 inches, so you know that half an inch is to join it, so you have 2 inches left. So when you're taking the length of your jacket, make sure that you lessen it by 2 inches, because of course by the time you add up the elastic band, is going to be making up for the length. I believe you understand my explanation so far. So now I've gone ahead to roll out 1 inch on the front part of the fabric, as you can see, because I'll be cutting out the front of this fabric first. So that will be like the zipper allowance. So you know there's going to be a zip in the front. So that's the 1 inch that I marked. And then I went ahead to do my shoulder measurements, my armhole, and then my shoulder slopes. And then for the neckline, I did the neckline 3 by 4 inches. You can go for 3 by 3. That is totally optional. So I'm slanting my shoulder and then adding half an inch for joining on the shoulder allowance. I did my bust. And when you're folding this, please, if your clients don't use the normal body size measurements, add up to about 5 or 6 inches extra, because this is going to be a jacket. It's meant to be loose. It's not supposed to be a tight fitted one. So you don't want your client looking like a cartoon character when they wear this. So I would advise, if your clients like the biggest part of the body measurement is 40, add up to almost like 8 inches with sewing allowances included before you divide by 4, and then you mark your appropriate measurements. I believe you understand my explanation. So that was what I did, and then I'm cutting this out. So now, like I told you, this is the front that we are trying to cut out. So I'm slanting the shoulder. I will not be opening the zipper area yet. I'll open it by the time I'd cut out the back piece. So I'll fold my fabric again. Sorry, my camera came like this. I don't know. So I placed the fabric. And when you're placing for the back piece, make sure that you're not adding the zipper allowance, because of course you don't need a zipper allowance for the back. And then for the armhole, just make sure that you come in by half an inch, as in you draw your armhole to be in the normal armhole, because for the front I came in by half an inch. And then for the neckline, I'll just be coming down by half an inch from the back. I just came down by half an inch. I didn't even go up to 1 inch. So that's for the depth, but for the width, the width is going to remain constant. So, and then I cut it out. So you're not adding zipper allowance, then the neck depth, and then the armhole is the only difference there. So I'm slatting this open for the front. So before I join my shoulders and then join these other things, I will be going ahead to cut out this, exactly what I have here. I'm going to cut out on the lining. There's no need showing that. Just place on fold and then cut out exactly what you have like this. And then to this fabric, I'm going to be adding a light wadding. That's, you know, that thing we use to do our padding and all. I'm going to be ironing it on this. So I've gone ahead to iron it, as you can see. And I've joined my shoulders. I joined it by half an inch. And then for the sides, I added 1 inch as my sewing allowance, and then I joined it as well. I've gone ahead to fix this pocket. This is just like placing a pocket on top of your fabric and then sewing it. But if you want me to do a tutorial on how I achieved that pocket, I can do it separately in another tutorial. So now for this part, I was not supposed to add this zipper first. Yeah, I made a mistake adding this zipper. So it's good to admit your mistakes when you're doing tutorials, not that everything is 100% no. I made a mistake adding this zipper at first because I was supposed to add my band first before adding the zipper. So please kindly take note of that. So, but I did this off camera later because I had to loosen the zipper and then had to fix my band before fixing the zipper. And the reason being that after fixing the zipper and then I later fixed the band at the lower part, I saw that my band had a gap in between, which was not supposed to be, because the zipper is supposed to run across the band. You're going to be seeing it later on where I had already adjusted that, but I'm just trying to say it so that you won't say this was different from what you saw at the end of the video. So now I was just trying to show the zipper area here, and you know, when you're zipping this thing, just put into consideration that you've not held it anyway, and this zipper can run out, you see. So you need to be careful, because as at this point I'd not used the lining to turn it around. So that was what I was just trying to explain here. Please don't be confused. I'm just trying to explain so that you won't run into problem when you're making this kind of thing. You need to be careful, as an extra careful. So I'm just trying to put back the zip head like so. So now I'm going to be taking the lining, and then I'll be using the lining. But before I use the lining, so yes, I've gone ahead to bring out my lining. So what I'll be doing now is I just attached the lining like so, and then I'll be taking for the collar for the neck. So now I measured my collar. My collar was 19 inches, but I ended up cutting out 16 or 17 inches. I shortened that. Why? Because if I cut out that 19 inches, it's going to be too wide, and I need that neckline part to be a little bit gathered, like to compress the width. So, and at the edges of the band, I just slanted it inwards to give it like a slanted look. I didn't want it to be straight or square. So I'll place this or sandwich this in between the lining and then the main fabric, and then I'll push it in like this, place it like this, and then run half an inch like that to join it to the fabric. So this will make it to conceal all the sewings and all. So this is what I did. I believe you understand what I did now when you saw it here. I think it's more explanatory now. Yeah, so that was what I just basically did now. So like I said, I fixed this zipper before attaching my band, which was not supposed to be. So please attach your band first before attaching your zipper. So this is how it came out to be. You see what I did? That was what I was just trying to show you right there. So now I want to fix the band here. This was where after I had fixed it that I now realized that, oh no, the zipper was supposed to run across the band. So I had to readjust that later on. So now for the band quickly, the length of the band, I measured the length from one point to the other on the fabric first. Before this, I'll be attaching that, but if necessary, you may just ignore. So like if the length of the clothes or the width of the clothes where you are going to be attaching the band is like 50, for example, if you want to cut out a band for it, just cut out 40 inches. So you subtract between 10 to 12 inches from the normal this thing before you cut out the band. So for this band now, I cut out like 42 inches because what I had there was like 52 inches. So I ended up cutting out 42 inches. So when I'm sewing it, I'm going to be using the fabric. I'll place it or sandwich it, like I always say, in between the fabric and the lining. And then as I'm sewing, I'll be dragging the elastic so that it will get to the end of the clothes. So that was what I did. And when I did it, I was able to achieve this. So this is the sleeve. I've gone ahead to fix one side of the sleeve, and as you can see, all these are just inseams. you cannot see any seam. Let me put on the light because I forgot that my tripod light was not that bright, so I just had to put on my light. So you can see the inseam, that everything is not showing, is concealed. This is to show you that it's a very neat job. So I'm going to be showing you how I did this. So at this point, I've gone ahead to adjust the length of the jackets. You can see that the zip ran to the end of the band even from that angle, but I'll be showing you that later. So for the sleeve, this is what we have. So I didn't iron any wording on the sleeve because when I ironed it, I didn't like the way it was looking, so I just had to remove it and let me just use it normal like this. But if you want to iron on your own, you can go ahead and do that. So now I'll be attaching the sleeves. So now the first thing you're going to be doing now is just to take your pins and then make sure that you align the lines on the sleeves and on the shirt. Let them be aligned properly, and then you're going to be running half an inch on the fabric alone, not with the lining. You attach that first. So when you have attached that, this is what you should be having. And then for the lining, this is the lining now. You can see that I only attached that one. I'll bring out the lining of this now. So this is the lining we have not attached. So I'll be pulling this out. Just pull it out of the fabric like so. And then this one as well, just pull it out. Pull the lining out, and then you get where that side stitch is under the side stitch on the fabric that is for the lining, and then you get this stitch of the lining for the sleeve as well. Then you align it properly, just like the way you sew on the fabric. That's how you're going to be attaching it on the lining. So invariably what we're saying is that you're going to be attaching your fabric separately, and then you're going to be attaching your fabric separately, so that all the stitches will be concealed. They won't be seen. That is the whole essence or the whole idea of this neatness of this bumper jacket. So I'm just trying to reiterate and to show you exactly what I did. So you just take this like this, and then you merge it together. The lines kissing each other like so. Then you use a pin to hold it down, and then run half an inch across it. So let me quickly do that, and I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead to do it, and everything is looking beautiful. So you can see inside, you will not see any seams visible because everything has been concealed. So you don't need to use your serger machine to do all this. So this is the sleeve, and everything is looking very beautiful. So you can see it. So nothing is showing on the reverse side, and nothing is showing outside as well. So from the length of the jacket, you can see that I've gone ahead to adjust the zipper like I told you. So this is how the zipper should be, because the zipper is supposed to be something that can open up. So because that first one, that the mistake I did, like I told you, was that the zipper did not get to the length of the elastic at the lower parts, but I ended up adjusting that, and this is how it came out to be. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, although it was in a fast forward mode, if you want me to do a tutorial, or if you have any questions, please kindly ask. See you all in my next tutorial. Bye. This is Genius Signatures.